to see you again.
Number 3, and we are live right now, and I hope anybody else that wants to join could join. So our third session is about, in the one hand, how the results came out from your side, and also to update you with what happened on this side, Cluj, and as well that you can give me some details about the diary, the file that you sent me. I don't know if you want to add up something else for this meeting.
Maybe first of all, it's an idea to let you turn off your webcam because there's a bad internet connection, and maybe it will become better if you just use your.
The sound is a bit unclear.
Let's try it like that. Is it better?
Yeah,
A bit better.
A bit.
Yeah.
Super.
So, yeah, I sent you some things we wanted to talk about, and well, it's really nice if you want to tell us what's going on in Cluj and how that project in Cluj is working or not. That's really nice to hear from you. And we want to talk about you about the diary, some results, some early survey results. And another important factor is that this group, our project, is coming to an end really quick. That's because we only have, well, actually we only have 1 day left, but we can ask the teachers for another week or for another other couple days. And part of part of the final result, part of the final project is also the report with the surveys, the conclusions, etc. But also a presentation with you, with Henk, Bogdana, and we really need to plan the final presentation or the final product or whatever its name is. We need to plan that. So there are a few things we wanted to talk about. Yeah, and I think maybe if you want to talk about something else, yeah, tell us.
Well, I think we could think about the report and the presentation as a starting point. And I would like to tell you that in our side over here, there's 3 teams working now on the project from the public communication area, the faculty. And there's
okay, three teams.
Yeah, there's 3 teams, and one of these teams is in charge of the mobility survey. We call it that way over here. And
one of the teams is in charge.
Yeah, there's 3 members in that team. If you want to make contact with them, you'll be able to do it through Basecamp. But I think what it's important for you to know is that this team, public communication area of the faculty, and their task is really to develop a campaign. So it's not only gathering the data like you did, but also going further than just making a report and a presentation, which means that they'll need to find a way that the data that we're going to gather with this survey will be able not only to do a comparison with your, but that we're also able to spread this data in between the community of the faculty.
Yeah, so they are working on the surveys we sent, but also their own questions.
Well, the survey that you sent us, it's already been translated to Romanian, and obviously some of the questions that were specific for your area that didn't apply over here, we removed them. And,
okay.
And we try to keep the same, let's say, classification of the questions so that we'll be able really to compare the data. It would be very useful to see what are the things that you focus on the data so that we'll be able to make those and maybe add up any other way of visualizing the data that we think will be useful.
Oh, the focus on data. Maybe our main points on how to our 3 main focus points. I remember those 3 main focus points.
Yeah, we had 3 main focus points,
which we focused our questions on, and which we if we had some questions with some different answers, we try to connect them to get a clearer point on those three main points, so they are more related to each other, the answers.
And these 3 points are. Spela, go ahead.
It's functions, interests, and where do people meet.
Yeah, those were our 3 points, which are questions were based on and which we're focusing on regarding the answers.
Okay, so I mean, those focus, we're going to keep them as well. What will be interesting is how you are going to represent that information. How are you going to show what you're trying to see? You know, it will be more powerful than just the focus that you're explaining right now. I don't know if I make myself.
Yeah. Well, we're going with the survey. We got all the data and all the answers, and we're gonna. Well, what we're doing right now, we're putting these in graphs, so that's really clear. If you can see at first, like, oh, it's really it's clear to me. I can see that there are 18 people walking and 30 people using a bike, and therefore they are slow traffic, for example. We use well, apart from the surveys, we also use diaries. So we can show in a car, in a map, we can show the most used roads.
The way people walk towards the city or in towards the school.
Okay. Well, that kind of concept, since you are about to end, I mean, you will need to be able to show that in a way. You know, I was thinking that maybe you will use like a graphical representation. If it's not a graphical representation, it's only like just showing numbers or adding concepts. Well, we'll use that as a reference. But in our case, we really need to find a way that this information is not only spread within the community, but it's also understood. So we need to keep it in a really like casual language or very attractive representation. So maybe since
there are
to visualize it better.
We will visualize. There are two small documents. There's one a booklet in which we present the result in a way with graphs, etc. And there's going to be a report with more deep information, with maybe less interesting to show because it's just numbers and data.
Yeah, like the executive report, maybe one would be like really just the finding or the insights.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so well, we can agree with that. That maybe if you're gonna have that information, and that will guide us to really also focus on the way that you approach the data, so that we'll be able to make a fair comparison. So
yeah,
we could
okay.
agree on that point. No, whenever you have that visualization, or even the report, I don't know if you're gonna get. I mean, if you get all the way to that, that will be very useful to follow the way you made it, and possibly find other opportunities to add up other concepts that we found over here.
Yeah, exactly. And another function of the report and the booklet is that other people can work further on it. So for us, the project starts in a couple of days, but maybe there are other students out here or in Cluj or wherever who want to pick up this project and start where we left it. So we really want to make it possible for a follow-up.
Perfect. We're also going to keep that way of working. So we're on the same channel in that aspect.
Okay, great.
So for us, it's going to be basically next week, we're on vacations. And when we get back, the 24th of this month, the survey is going to be just check the last adjustments, and it's going to be sent. And we're going to try to do it more personal, meaning that if we send it by mail, maybe we had a preview presentation, like a public one, maybe in some of the meetings that the faculty has. Or we'll try to do certain promotion that the people are going to get this mail, hoping that we can get over the 50, or at least the 50 that you got. And so that's going to be the next steps on this side. whatever information that you can send us about the way you're going to represent these data will be helpful. But we're not really right now in a hurry for that. I guess you're more in the hurry for the delivery that you have to do for your class, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so for us, will be necessary that data maybe, I mean, if I look at the calendar, we're speaking about, let me see. So we're getting back the 24th of April, and we're going to apply it that week to the 28th, maybe start analyzing some certain things the first week of May. So perhaps the first week of May, the middle week of May will be the best moment for us to get that data. But as soon as you get it, the better for us.
Yeah, okay. Well, that is like 2 or 3 weeks from now. And of course, because of our class, we really hope that we are finished by then.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. I'm just giving you our side so you know that we are really wide in that time compared to what you have to deliver.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's okay. So we will, well, okay, we will send you or show you the booklet and the report, but the way we're going to show it, that's another thing, because our teachers, and of course it's nice, would like to have a final presentation with you and Bogdana and our teachers from our side, and we can show our way of well, how we did this project to you in that presentation. Of course, we had a lot of Skype sessions. We already talked a lot through it, but as a final presentation, we want to show you how we did it and what the results are, what are useful for you, etc., etc.
Sure. That'll be super great to do. I mean, I agree with that. So
okay.
So I don't have the agenda of Bogdana here, but I'm going to see her in a while. In fact, I have classes with her in 20 minutes. So I'll speak about this with her and try to see if she can communicate to arrange this meeting for this presentation. And obviously, it'd be great to have the students, the team that is involved in this.
Yeah, and maybe you can, you can invite some other students, maybe the students who are responsible for the surveys in Cluj, or whatever. Just invite the whole school. But well, we really want to give a final presentation, and well, it's good if Bogdana and Henk maybe can work it out and find the perfect date and time for that. But I think that's really the way we should end this project on our side and show you the way how you could use our information.
Yeah, so let's, do you have a date for that? We can fix that date here. Whenever you're going to, I mean, what options do you have for Bogdana to see and maybe to arrange this presentation?
Oh, well, I think the Mondays, let me check.
This Monday?
No, that's the second Easter day.
Okay, the 24th.
I think we have vacations in that week. It's the May vacation week.
Yeah, it's the May. We have vacation in not upcoming week, but the week after.
First May.
The end of April and the beginning of May we have vacation.
Ah.
So I think it's going to be after the first week of May.
It will be the 8th of May.
Oh wait.
First May.
No. How about 1st May?
That, I mean, you put the dates. For me, it's okay. It's perfect.
The week of 8th of May.
Or Thursday, May 4th.
But we'll have.
How about this? I'm gonna put the whole first week of May, so that Bogdana can say where it's better for her, and maybe the professor will arrange when they can do it.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you're right.
And we will suggest it to our teachers too.
You're right. Huh?
We will suggest it to our teachers too.
Exactly.
All right.
The first week
from the 1st of May to the 5th of May as an option.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have something else to talk about because I need to go to my other class. But I guess we're fixed, no?
Let me check real quick.
I mean, we can speak about the diary, but I already saw the diary, and I don't think it's going to be really an option in our case.
Do you think you can use it or not really?
Not really. We have another approximation for that, and we want to do it digital by using the Google application. So yeah, I don't think.
Okay, but that's funny because we used the diary, but we also used some maps, and we used Google, or we let people fill in the map themselves by drawing on it. So we're using a map as well. But if you think the diary is not applicable for you, well, that's okay. That's your approach. So yeah, so that's it. But the map is very useful indeed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think those two elements are not possible for me to add them up right now because since the only thing that we got at the beginning was the survey, and that's what I discussed right now with the team, and they're really focused onto this. I would like not to try to stuff to them, so they'll be more objective. I hope you understand.
All right.
Okay.
And I think good enough what we're going to be able to compare without the diary. So we'll stick it to that, and we'll see further applications if we use this method of diary.
Yeah,
right.
We will just. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's clear. And I think the presentation in the first week of May will be the main focus for now.
Yeah, sending the results that you get so that we can start using as a reference, and obviously the presentation.
Yeah, and one important thing, we will send you all the documents, etc. And if you have reflection or some things you think, hey, this could be better, or this should be in another way, or should be researched in another way, please tell us, because we can use that in a referation paper or evaluation paper.
No, sure, I will do that, and I hope that you can also do the same for what we're going to do. That's the point.
Yeah, no problem.
Feedback from both sides. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so great. So good luck with your assignment. I guess you have a lot of things to do.
yes, exactly. But it's gonna work out.
Very well. Okay, so we'll be in touch, and I put a to-do for you to share the results, and I put the date, the possible week, so that Bogdana and your professor could agree.
Yeah. Fine, thank you.
All right, so have a good weekend, and well, we'll have an Easter vacation now, but if we don't speak, have a good vacation too.
Yeah, have a good vacation, exactly.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay, bye.
Houdoe.